Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for Wednesday, May 6th broadcast and update. I appreciate everyone's time today. I did want to have a conversation with you. I'm going to start out today on our daily briefing, having a conversation with you about the COVID-19 data that most of you, the large majority of North Dakota, receives a news update every morning, approximately 11 a.m. every morning from the North Dakota Joint Information Center out of the Health Department. These briefings include the positive COVID-19 test results. And you have individuals, it leads with individuals who've died from COVID, counties with new positive cases reported today, and there are a breakdown of the numbers. One of the things that is included today that is new, that I am very pleased that the Joint Information Center added to their daily report, is not only the raw numbers of total tested, total negative, total positive, total hospitalized, currently hospitalized, recovered, and total deaths, but they've also added a very important new element that we've been watching for quite some time at the state capitol, and that's the percent of the daily rate of positive confirmed cases of COVID. So often we would see the numbers, the numerator go up and up and up of positive cases, and the deaths go up. And today you'll note from the Joint Information press release that sadly we had 6 new deaths and 57 new cases. 6 new deaths and 57 new cases reported today. But the new element of 2.6% is what our leaders are watching here at the Capitol in the state of North Dakota. And the reason that we're watching those numbers of the percent of positive confirmations is because we are increasing the number of tests that are being completed each day. So to give a little rundown of where we were at and how the state made the decision to let the executive order expire for our businesses is because they were watching the percentage of number of confirmed cases as we increase the amount of tests that were administered each day. So to give you a historical perspective, on Thursday, April 23rd, we had a positive test rate, 32 positives out of only 741 tests. It was a positive test rate of 4.3%. On Friday, the 24th, April 24th, we increased our testing to 1,119. We had more increased confirmed cases, but our percentage of confirmed cases went down to 3.5. On Monday, April 27th, when the governor began considering letting the executive order expire, the percentage went down again. Our testing increases by almost the same amount of increases we had on Thursday, April 23rd. We went up from 1,119 tests on Friday the 24th to 1,987 tests on Monday the 27th. And our confirmed cases went to 3.8%. It remained at 3.8% on Tuesday the 28th. It went all the way down to 2.3% on Wednesday, the 29th. It again decreased for Thursday, April 30th to 1.8%. On Friday, May 1st, it went down to 1.9%. So we kind of hovered there about 1.8, 1.9. This Monday, May 4th, we had an increase again of 2.4%. Yesterday's result was 2.5%. And today's percent is 2.6%. So those are the numbers that the government, that the state is watching as they are determining the status of our decline in cases and confirmed positives. So I wanted to just run through that with everyone today. I'd ask everyone to pay attention to those numbers as we look to the decline and the status of confirmed cases within your communities. I want to now move on to elementary and secondary emergency funding. We are proud to announce that we've received 25 ESSER application and certifications so far, and we have fully approved 20 of those grants. So 20 school districts have received confirmation that their ESSER application certification has been approved. The Department of Education has approved our grant application, and we have just been confirmed that our money has been confirmed that it has been delivered to North Dakota. So thank you to the DPI team, for all of you at the department that worked with me to make sure that we got our application and certification off to the U.S. Department of Ed, and we were able to have those funds secured in our state. So thank you so much. Local education agencies do have until September 30th, 2022 to spend the money. There have been some questions about this, whether this was a solid spend by date, and it is. The Council of Chief State School Officers webinar on Tuesday confirmed this. We are still looking for confirmation about the ESSER spend by date for the DPI and the 16 districts that received their ESSER funding through the SEA reserve funding. So those 16 school districts that did not receive any funding through the Title I formula, we provided funding to those 16 school districts from our SEA reserve funding, and we're still trying to get confirmation from the U.S. Education Department on what our spend date is and what those 16 school districts spend date is. Hopefully, it will also be September 30, 2022. There have been multiple questions about the guidance that came out from the U.S. Education Department regarding the allocation to our non-public schools that are within your local education agencies, within your own school districts. There was some guidance from the U.S. Education Department that came out late last week that was in a conflict to the way that our Title I funds are dispersed, and since the CARES Act dollars were delivered on that Title I formula, the Council of Chief State School Officers and other organizations are asking Secretary DeVos for confirmation on that guidance and reconsideration, since it drastically changes the way that funding is delivered through our LEAs, through our school districts to non-public school districts in the state. So we will keep you posted on that, and be certain we will be asking the U.S. Education Department some hard questions as well. So an update on child nutrition. We are happy to announce that by working with the Department of Human Services, we have been approved to issue the pandemic EBT benefits to current SNAP and non-SNAP households. So again, working with the Department of Human Services, we were able to have North Dakota approved to issue pandemic EBT benefits to current SNAP and non-SNAP households during this pandemic, so our students and their families will not go hungry during this unprecedented time. USDA has approved the North Dakota plan, and what this means is that households that do not receive SNAP benefits will need to apply for the pandemic EBT benefits. What this equates to is almost 40,000 North Dakota children are benefiting because of this. Almost 40,000 North Dakota students are benefiting for this. So thank you to our partners, Chris Jones and all of those that worked so diligently with the Department of Public Instruction staff to ensure that those 40,000 children in North Dakota did not have their needs unmet for basic nutrition. The Department of Human Services will be issuing a press release about this program and other steps taken to publicize this benefit availability, so your families in your communities will know how and where to be able to leverage these benefits. So I would ask all of you school personnel out there and family members to help us get the word out so those 40,000 North Dakota children will have enough to eat over the summer. Special education, there was a call today with our parent support groups. Director Jerry Tevens continues to have those weekly calls with both our special education unit directors and our parent support groups. And it's an effort to have DPI keep our stakeholders up to date about what's going on. We had some unfortunate challenges that have presented themselves regarding our ACT summer testing. It was decided, UND has decided that they will not be opening their campuses through July 31st of 2020, which has caused some additional challenges as UND has been a ACT testing site We continue to search for options for secure locations to have the ACT, and we continue to work with the governor on his executive order, possibly allowing some options to open up. So again, for those of you that are concerned about the work keys for the CTE scholarship and the ACT exam for the academic scholarship, please know that we have provided that executive order request to the governor's office, and it really does lie in the devil in the details as the governor's office continues to work through those questions and answers. We are compiling a list of high school sites that would potentially have access to ACT and work keys as we provide information to the governor's office. So now probably the most awaited issue of the day, graduation ceremonies. Again, as I mentioned on Monday, and Assistant Superintendent Maskey updated you yesterday, the Department of Public Instruction continues to provide information to the governor's office, as does the Department of Health and the Department of Emergency Services to the governor's office, as the governor continues to contemplate what the opportunities might be for graduation celebration events. We hope that possibly we would have a graduation guideline announcement at today's press conference, and we have continued to provide that. I will be present at that press conference in the Brynhild Haugland room if that is the event, but as with anything, we have determined, as we stated at the beginning of the week, that we did expect that graduation guidance could be expected by Friday, May 8th. It is our continued hope that today's press conference might be able to include some information earlier than that May 8th date, as soon as 3:30 today. So we will hopefully have some important updates. The governor's current executive order does not allow students to be present in school facilities, which would include our school gymnasiums, auditoriums, cafetoriums, and outdoor fields. And so hopefully we can receive some additional guidance today. I know and understand that parents, families, school district leaders, school board members are very eager for a resolution of this as soon as possible, and asking what you can plan for, when can I send my invitations, and I just want to thank all of you for your patience and grace that has been provided to all of us as we consider the conditions that I spoke about in the middle as I began this briefing update about the positive cases, our testing and tracing, as well as the important milestone that we know and understand high school graduation to be. So again, thank you so much for your grace and your patience through all of this. The governor does make very thoughtful and logical decisions, but he does that with a multitude of a whole host of different information that we are providing to him, along with Emergency Services, Department of Health, Department of Commerce. So thank you again for your patience on that. But we do understand that the information about this needs to take in a whole host of complexities, and none of which are as more important than the urgency to make sure that there's some certainty to the question that is being asked by so many graduates and their families. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk again.